Hello everyone, I'm Betsy Linnell.
And I'm Hope Owens.
And this week, we looked at an area that, if I'm honest, steps on my toes. I don't know about you, but I certainly struggle to admit to my sin.
Well, I guess you're right. I struggle a little too. It can be overwhelming at times. I find it easy to pray for deliverance from my struggles, but if I'm honest with myself, I need to be praying to be rescued from sin.
You know, not too long ago, a good friend and I were having dinner, and she said something that I took one way, and I'll never forget the text message she sent me. She was so gracious, asking me to forgive her, and was so willing to just label what she did as talking too fast and call it sin. I don't know that I've ever been apologized to that degree before. And it was also really convicting because I'm often guilty of exactly the same thing. I talk too fast, but I fail to ask for forgiveness. Sometimes I'm afraid what others will think. Silly, since I obviously already hurt them.
Yeah, I think sometimes we don't truly understand how serious sin is. You know, sin is personal. It's against our brothers and our sisters. And beyond that, all sin is against God.
Honestly, Hope, you're one of the few people that I've ever felt safe confessing my sins to. And even with you, I still sometimes get uncomfortable.
It is uncomfortable. You know, few of us confess our sin daily. You know, sometimes we don't know what to say. And sometimes we just do it our own way. We do life our own way. And it's uncomfortable to depend on anyone, even if that someone is God. It is only because of the Spirit that we have in us that convicts us that can happen, that forgiveness can happen, that we can confess our sin.
That's what happened that day. Remember when we were sitting at my dining room table and I'm praying, I get done praying and I look up and you have tears streaming down your face. And the next thing I know, you're asking me to forgive you. And you know, it surprised me, but it also was so beautiful. My daughter got to see an example of grown-ups having made a mistake and needing to ask for forgiveness. And you know, we can hurt each other without even meaning to.
Yeah. You know, walking side by side, arm in arm, we need to fully understand our sin. We need to see it daily. In our thoughts, in our actions, but it's only by the power of the Holy Spirit that we are able to do that. And I could have never asked you for forgiveness that day that you're talking about without His help. So when we truly can ask for forgiveness, when we can truly do this, walking side by side, seeing ourselves in our sin, we can say, we can cry out, "Help me, Lord, forgive me."